Kia ora and welcome to another Wellbeing Wednesday with me, Sarah and Fat Becoming Healthy. And this week I thought we would focus on some tapping and some hand reflexology to do with sleep or lack thereof. I've had a few disrupted sleeps over the past few nights just through teenagers being up, and it was a long weekend and kind of out of routine, I guess, and also having to drop people at work early. So it just made me think how important sleep is and how I'm feeling with that disturbed sleep. So I thought it may be beneficial for those of you who are in the same boat. Now, this could be used for either those times when you get to sleep okay, but then you wake up in the middle of the night and you find it hard to fall back to sleep, or when you actually can't get to sleep initially, so you just don't feel tired and it takes a long time to get to sleep. It will work for both of those. And as always, I'm just going to use basic terminology. If you can be more specific, like that you've got a racing head, or that there's maybe certain thoughts that you're thinking about, the more specific you can be to your situation, the more beneficial it will be. Now, I apologise, the lights just come through, so I hope it doesn't impact the video too much. It's a bit of a cloudy day here, a bit of a storm going through. So without further ado, we'll start on the hand reflexology, the tapping part. See, the sleep's impacting my brain a little bit here. And we're going to rate it from 0 to 10, where 0 is no issue, you feel completely rested, no problem with sleep, and 10 is really sleep deprived, you just want to go have a nap, or you've got that brain fog. Clearly, I'm about a 7 or an 8. I'm sort of wandering through the days and, a little bit in a fog and forgetting things. So just rate yourself anywhere on that scale. Don't need to think about it too much, just whatever number pops in your head, and we'll start tapping on our karate chop point. So even though I have this issue with my sleep, I just can't get to sleep, or I can't stay asleep, I love and accept myself. Even though I have these issues with my sleep at the moment, not getting enough of it, or it's disturbed, I love and accept myself and how I feel. Even though I have these issues with my sleep, it's really impacting my days, I love and accept myself and how I feel, and maybe everyone else who's involved. So we're going to go through the points now. So eyebrow point, this issue with my sleep. This issue with my sleep. This not getting enough sleep. This issue with my sleep. This issue with my sleep. It's not getting enough restful sleep. Under the arm. This not getting enough restful sleep. Top of the head. This issue with my sleep. And take a deep breath and check back in that 0 to 10 scale. Where are you now after that first round? And you'll notice there I did change the words a couple of times, which is absolutely fine. You can either stick with just one, like this issue with my sleep, or you might just go with this disrupted sleep or this lack of sleep. All of those will be completely fine. Or you can mix it up like I did and get more specific and kind of have a discussion as you're tapping. So rate yourself 0 to 10. Ideally, what we want to do is get ourselves down at the lower end. 0 would be great, because then the issue is pretty much resolved. But anywhere sort of around the 2, 3, then you can start alternating with the hand reflexology, brain fog again, or continue going with this until you get to 2, and then you can start the reflexology, or just keep alternating until you get those numbers down to a 2. So apologies for my little sleep deprived. See, we really did need this today. So we're going to start with a hand reflexology component. We're just going to start with our warming up. Just letting the hands know, the body know that we're going to be working on them. Just flexing back and forward. Then some rotations, one way and then the other. And then we're going to give our arm a little hug from the elbow all the way down to the fingers on the top, and then we're going to go from underneath all the way down to the fingers. And the other side, elbow Giving it a wee hug all the way down to the fingers and then from underneath. Now, just to wake ourselves up a little bit and get us going, we're going to do our little finger boogie. So it's getting the index finger and the thumb of one finger, and we're going to do this kind of action. And we hold on to the nail, side of the nail bed on the other finger. So we're just going to give a little finger boogie. Those little head areas. This can be quite a good one just by itself in the day if you're feeling like you have got a bit of brain fog because of the lack of sleep or disrupted sleep, then this one can really help to start the brain working. And ideally, what we're trying to do is create a bit of balance in the body. Now we're just going to do finger glides down sides and from the back. So by doing the reflexology, what we're helping to do is to get our brain and our rhythm stimulated and working during the day so that they can relax at night. So we're creating some balance. So where areas are underperforming, reflexology helps them to come up to a balance point, and when they're overperforming, it helps them to come down. So just gliding all those fingers. This is a really good routine to do just before bedtime as well, because it can help just relax the body. Tapping also helps relax the body. Both of them help us to get out of that sympathetic nervous system way of being, which is our stress way of being, into a parasympathetic, which is more of a rest and digest. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to work all the head areas. So we can go down to the first joint. And in here, and these points are things like the pineal gland, which is responsible for our rhythms and helping us to get enough sleep. And so if we really work into that thumb and fingertip area on each one, making sure we get all of them right onto the top. Now I'm probably doing this faster than you'd want to do at home. You really want to spend longer. Likewise, I'm showing you with my hand up so that you can see all the points. But ideally at home you would have your hand on a pillow, rested and relaxed, and just work with the other hand like so. Another point is I'm not using any hand lotion or oil for the purposes of just showing you. However, at home you can really make it a nurturing self-care session. Working all those fingertips and having some oil to just make it glide all the more. Make it all the more enjoyable. Sorry, covering my face there. So working all those fingertip areas really well. These are our head areas and reflexes, and in them are all the areas of the head that maybe are awake and ruminating at night, or maybe not performing properly to get us into the rhythms of the day. So we'll work all of those. I'm going to work our shoulder area across here. Now this is just to help us relax. Sometimes we hold tension up in our shoulders and our neck, and this can impact our sleep. So we're just going to slide across there, just at the base of the fingers, top of the palm of the hand. As you're working hands too, the more you can kind of take deep breaths, really helps to bring in that parasympathetic nervous system way of being too. So if you're working down here, you might use your thumb to work across that shoulder line, there's these points, rather than your fingers like I'm working. And we're going to do our solar plexus point, which is right in the middle of our diaphragm line, which we're going to work next. It goes across, but we're actually going to go onto our solar plexus point, either with your finger or your thumb if you're down this way. And we're just going to lightly pulse. So it's kind of between the third and fourth finger on the diaphragm line. We're really going to lightly pulse as we breathe in and out through our mouth. And breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we can do it 3 times on each side. And we'll do the other one. Find that point, third and fourth finger on the diaphragm line. And then we're going to work that diaphragm line across, just gently across. Again, I'm doing it with my fingers here because I've got my hand upright, but if you're down, you can just sweep across. You can also just do this part, or you can come right under and underneath the thumb. For this one, I am working the whole diaphragm line because this helps us to get that full breath, which helps us to go into that deep sleep a little bit more. Now we're just going to work our fingers really, but we're just going to kind of rotate them or kind of just scrumble around them. I don't know how to describe it, but if you get your other hand into kind of a shape like this and just go around and just kind of work them around a little bit. So you're kind of just releasing some of the tension out of that finger. Now the neck area is what it relates to, in the throat, opening up those airways. Sorry, do the thumb first. Again, you can take your time, stop this, and really take your time on each finger. Make it more nurturing and enjoyable. I'm just trying to keep these under 15 minutes for us. Now we're going to work our adrenals in here, which can sometimes be wide. So they're on top of our kidneys in here. But what I like to do, and it also gets the lymphatic system, is just to gently milk. So we can use 2 or 3 fingers and just come into the palm of the hand, and we're kind of just doing this action up. So we're just gently stroking those adrenals, calming them down, letting them know that it's all good, that we can go to sleep. Regardless of thoughts that we're thinking, we can just let them go and they'll resolve themselves. And on the other hand, just some gentle strokes. And the last bit that we're going to work is the pancreas. And this is because sometimes when we're not getting enough sleep, our pancreas can actually be impacted by that. And that upsets our digestion, and then that can upset how many nutrients we're getting, and it sort of goes in a bit of a vicious cycle. So if we just come at the base of the thumb and we just basically just stroke up and across on the hand. So we're kind of, this is our diaphragm line here. So we're kind of coming up towards the base of that. And for the purposes of these videos, it's more of an intention on the area that you're working rather than trying to get a specific point. Obviously, you know, if you go to a reflexologist, they'll be able to pinpoint things more accurately. But for the purposes of this, it's more about intention and giving yourself a bit of self-care and a bit of self-love. And then we're just going to work those solar plexus points again, because these really help to calm us and get us into good state for sleep. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just inflating our belly and our chest as much as we can without too much force. And if as you're working these points, you start to feel a bit queasy or uncomfortable, you can just place a finger there and not do the pulsating in and out can also work. Then we're just going to do hand over hand. Take a few more full breaths. Just thinking about how our body's relaxed and ready for sleep. And then when you're ready, just parting your hands really gently and slowly until you can feel the energy dissipating between them. So as always, you can go back to the tapping and do another round of that, maybe being more specific to what is ailing you, whether it's that you're having trouble getting to sleep or whether you're having trouble sustaining sleep once you've sort of drifted off. I know for me, that's quite often I have no problem getting to sleep, but then I'll wake up multiple times in the night because I've been thinking about something or disturbances. So this routine and the tapping can work for both of those, and I hope that it gives you some relief. Even in bed, sometimes if you're having sleep, you can just gently rub your thumb in bed. If that's the only bit that you do, that will really help just to relax you and get you to sleep. So you can just do this lying in bed. If nothing else, it will help. So I hope you have a great week. I hope this is a benefit to you. Again, please like and subscribe so you can see all these as they come along. If you've got any suggestions for new videos or new topics that you'd like me to cover, greatly appreciated your feedback and your input. And until then, I hope you have sweet dreams and a good sleep. I'm looking forward to some myself. And I'll see you next week. Bye.